Test, test, test. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. I'm Clyde Whiting, and apologies for our little sound interruption there, but hopefully you can all hear me now. So tonight, for your viewing entertainment, we have the BSTV GT4 TCR series live from Barcelona, also known as the Circuit de Catalunya. In the booth with me tonight, as usual, I have Mr. Pete Bingham. Good evening.
Good evening, Clyde. Good evening, everybody.
And also Mr. Bill Switzer. Good evening.
Good evening, Clyde, Sam, and Pete, and good evening, everybody.
And on the wheels of steel in the background, we have Mr. Sam Boozin. Good evening, Sam.
Good evening, Clyde.
Right, so I'll start with Pete. Barcelona, not really one of my favourite circuits, but a lot of people love it to death, Pete.
Yeah, I like it, even though it's been tickled by Tilke. He's changed it in a few ways. Ever motorbike races was on here when Valentino Rossi did Jorge Lorenzo on the last corner. It was just epic. But that's on the old track, and as you'll see where Andrew Hopley is now, you've got this chicane, which for me has spoiled the track a bit, possibly a bit too much for a lot of people. I think it's still a fantastic track. It's got a massive straight where you can get a huge amount of drag. I find it very exciting. A lot of people find it boring, but a lot of people watch F1, and F1 around this track is a procession. I don't think this will be tonight. I think this is going to be an absolute furious fight.
Yeah, I do agree with you there. And Bill, we've raced V8s around here. I think, as Pete said, it is one of those tracks where things can turn into a procession, but the class of drivers we've got in this series and the closeness of racing that we get, hopefully this isn't going to go down that road.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to. The first time we raced here, which was what Clyde was referring to, I really didn't like the place at all. But I have to tell you, I've done a couple little off line sessions here, and I can tell you, I've kind of got a new respect for this track. It's very demanding. It's really, you got to use your head on this track. There's a lot of different kinds of corners. You have a 30-meter change in height. The lowest point turn 1, the highest turn 12. It's a technical track. It's easy to go wrong here, and the sausage curves are killers here. And what Pete said about that little chicane at the very end, it's stupid. It really is stupid. It's the stupidest part of the track. And as Pete said, I think it ruins the whole thing too. I agree with you. But other than that, I kind of like this track now. Not so much probably in a V8, but like these kind of cars, I think this is really made for this kind of vehicle.
Yeah, it's a massively technical track, and part of the genius of this one is you've got to be good at staying off the gas. And whilst that sounds counterintuitive, it's about carrying speed through corners and knowing when to get back on the gas. Turn 1, turn 12, the right-hander, I don't know what turn it is now, when you've come up the steep hill, avoiding those sausage curbs, very, very technical place to drive.
Yeah, I've been watching the practice session from the start. I've seen a lot of people losing the rear end in the GT4s and the TCRs. So, we could see a few people go round tonight. So we're currently 8.5 minutes into the 15-minute qualifying session. This is round 9 of 13. We've currently got in GT4 Andrew Hopley leading the way, Abdul Amri in second and Craig Cameron third. And then in TCR, we've got Kevin Vimont currently on pole with Carl Hardy second and Frank Tibosh in third. Now, I'm hoping Sam is ready with the standings. And what we will do is we will have a quick run through the top 5 in each one. So in GT4, Andrew Hopley, with his commanding lead after getting 7 wins out of 8 over Tom Stanley. Stuart Dick currently sits in 3rd, Craig Cameron 4th, and Double R, Romain Ratu, is in 5th. Into the TCR standings, and this is a hell of a battle. So these two are swapping positions all the time. Chris Shaw currently leads the way, and he hasn't got a very big lead over Kevin Vimont. Carl Hardy sits in 3rd. Scott Malcolm is moving up the leaderboard in 4th. And David Ayres, who could lose some positions tonight, is in 5th because David is currently away on holiday. So I think we say it every week, Pete. You know, the TCR battle's going all the way to the end. We see Chris and Kevin trading places nearly every lap last week. And I think in the GT4s, it's going to take a disaster for Andrew Hopley not to win that championship. But I'm guessing, you know, the rest of the guys just want to be concentrating on closing that gap and, you know, seeing if the one-off at the Green Hell where Andrew Hopley didn't win was a one-off, or, you know, whether he can be beaten regularly.
Yeah, I think Andrew Hopley is good on tracks like this. This is, and you could argue that every track is like this. This is a rhythm track. So once you get in the rhythm, it's the same points, the same laps, same turns every lap. So if he's as he normally is, and there's nothing wrong with him, and nothing wrong with his rig, I don't think that anybody's got an answer for him. When I was doing my practice session before, the fastest I did was a 157.5, which would only get me second off last in GT4s. The really fast guys were doing 154s, and everybody else was in the 56s, 57s. Andrew Hopley's popped in a 154.99. So I think as long as he's in his rhythm, he may well pull away from this field and do what we've seen him do before, and then it'll be for the rest of the podium to be fought out.
So how do they beat him then, Bill? Is it can they get a better start than him? Can they get in front of him, slow him down that way? Although, you know, we have seen other people get better starts and he goes past them and disappears again. There must be something that the rest of the field can do to try and make that gap up to Andrew Hopley.
Well, my method would be flatten his tires and steal his power plant. But other than that, he certainly has a knack for this vehicle. He is smooth. He's fast. You don't see him doing any crazy stuff. You don't see him sliding all over the place. He's a tough guy to beat in this class. It's kind of like I kind of compare it to Nicole Foggy in V8 supercars in our league. It's the same kind of thing. I mean, he just is really very good. And I think he's beatable, but it's going to take some. It's not going to be this year. It's going to take some guys really putting a lot of effort and time into this vehicle and figure out how they can make it go faster. That's what you got to do, really, and that's a lot of work. So I'm not sure if anybody's that dedicated to do it, but Andrew Hopley is the class of the field right now. I'm sad. Well, not sad to say, but it's it's a fact. But
yeah, I understand what you mean, Bill. It's when someone's running away with it. It's less entertaining, I suppose. He's obviously highly talented and puts in a lot of graft in order to understand the cars, the tracks. Each of the tracks that we've been to have been very different. I think it's going to take a mistake, or it's going to take someone to invest the same amount of time and effort that he does in order to match what he's doing.
Yeah, and I think as well, we... probably my fault. We put this series together in a hurry. Didn't really get that much advertising out there. But but maybe, we've already planned a season 2. A lot of the drivers have said that they're coming back for season 2. So with a bit more advertising, and maybe we get, if this is going to sound really horrible, but it's not meant to. If there's nobody in the field presently that can challenge Andrew Hopley, perhaps we get some new drivers that can challenge Andrew Hopley.
Yeah, that's very possible.
Yep.
And guys like AAA and Craig Cameron and the guys that are up very close to Stanley, those guys in what's the name of their team? Well, anyway, the guys I'm talking about.
Asymmetric.
Yeah, that's it. They're not really. A half a second looks like a lot, but I got to tell you, it's not really it is to me, but it's it's not a tremendous amount. Just a little tweak here and there, or just a little different driving style can change the whole thing. So, if they don't get discouraged and they keep pushing, nothing would make those guys happier than to, be able to defeat Andrew Hopley. And no disrespect to Andrew, he's certainly doing his job correctly, but that's really what it takes. So hopefully we get some new blood, and somebody from the outside could really, clean his clock easily. So we don't know.
And there's plenty of people in here that have got the capability to do it. That's the point. They're really skilled guys. The next best time is a 1:55.6 from Craig Cameron. That's an astonishing time. All he needs to do is polish off half a second. Doesn't sound so much then, does it?
Yeah,
no, exactly.
I was going to say it sounds like we're on a downer with Andrew Hopley, but we're not. We enjoy having all of these great drivers in the series. But, from a broadcasting point of view, and probably from a viewing point of view, you sort of wish the championship was like the TCR championship.
Yeah, you always wish that, yeah.
But I agree with you that, there's definitely 5 or 6 guys that if they find that little bit, they're going to be up there with him.
Mm-hmm. And we found that in the V8 series that we run, that when we first started out, a chap called Tony Kloosterman wiped the field.
Never heard of him.
He just wiped the floor with everybody, and now he's having lots and lots of scraps and having to settle for 5th and 6th because there's a whole load of highly competitive drivers in that league now. And he's had his wins as well this season and in previous seasons, but he's now having to duke it out with some really capable drivers.
Yeah, and as this league grows, it will be like our V8 league.
Correct.
There's 10 or 12 drivers in that league now that can win every race. So this baby steps to start with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Another thing too is I'm sure that Andrew Hopley would like a little competition as well. I think, the one thing that sticks in my mind, I will never forget, when Nicole Foggy in our V8 series ran out of gas on the last lap right before the start-finish line. And even though he came in second, he was so excited having the nice battle with Corey Preston. He was so happy. It was just unbelievable, Those guys want to have, a little competition as well, obviously.
Yeah. Okay, so quali is over, I believe. I don't think there's anybody out on the track. No, doesn't look like it. So we will just wait for the session to click over, and then we will bring you your starting grid. So, in the GT4s, we have Andrew Hopley going off in pole position. Craig Cameron going off second. AAA, Abdul Al Amri is going off third. Tom Stanley fourth. Double R, Roman Ratu in fifth. Robert Schernlieber, welcome back. He's in sixth. Stuart Dick in seventh. Now, he's a bit further down than we usually see him. Ben Cullen in eighth. Kip Stevens in ninth. Roman Ratu in fifth. 10th. Rob Venn in 11th, and Jamie Jeffrey, who I don't think got a qualifying lap in because he joined about 2 seconds before the start of it, will be going off in 12th. Over to you, Pete.
And your TCR starting formation is Kevin Viermont will lead the field away, with Chris Shaw close on his heels in second. Carl Hardy will be in third, getting points over his pal. Frank T-Bosch in fourth. Scott Malcolm in fifth. And sixth will be Roger Morton.
Yeah, so I've got a couple of call-offs for tonight. One in the TCR, Simon Chester can't make it tonight. There was an interesting conversation with him and Rob Venn during the week about who was going to bring up the rear of the field in Simon's absence, or the plodder, as we call him. And in your TCR field, David Ayres is on holiday, so Carl Hardy has not got his buddy to race against tonight. So let's see what Carl can do without the pressure of beating David as well. So guys are now going off on the formation lap. So anybody that's not watched us before, formation lap, it is a full lap.
Not for this one.
Is it not for this one?
No, Barcelona's a short lap.
Yeah, it is.
We'll be going green very shortly, actually. The pace car will peel off after the next turn. Is it? Or is it after the chicane? Can't remember. I've not done a pit stop here. It's after the chicane, isn't it?
You don't normally make it to pit stops, do you?
No, I just reset. Sad but true, people. Right, so the pace car will be leaving us now.
Why is there one in front?
It's Craig Cameron. I think he's playing mind games with Hopley. I think he is. I think it's for real.
He doesn't want to cross the line before Hopley.
There we go.
Slowed down.
He slowed down a lot, to be honest.
We're gone.
Yeah, that's GT4 gone. Tom Stanley's basically pushing Craig Cameron down the track.
Well, he nearly piled into the back of him on that as they was coming up to the start-finish line.
Maybe he thought it was a standing start or something. I don't know.
It's funny. I think I might know why. There's 3 start-finish lines at Catalonia, and the middle one is what the GT4s use.
That's not too confusing. Yeah.
TCRs have gone as well.
Kevin Viermont looks like he's got more napping.
I think he did. So Tom Stanley's up the side of Craig Cameron. He's going to get that one done.
Whoa, no, get out the way.
Looks like everybody missed him. Wow.
Yep, good effort, guys. Everybody got through that one safely.
Cold tyres.
Easily done. Yeah, sorry.
Whoever that was didn't hit anything either, fortunately.
Yeah, that was on Renault Curve. That's a scary turn at the best of times.
Yeah.
So the track is 88 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's not over hot.
No, it's middling, that, isn't it, really?
Look at the nice paint scheme on that gay man there.
Craig Cameron, as we noticed, behind Tom Stanley.
Yeah, if that was mind games at the start, it certainly didn't work.
Well, I think it might have been mind games against himself, because the start-finish line may not have been where he thought it was. But we'll see. We'll try and get him in for an interview at the end. I might be very, very wrong in doing him an utter disservice. The turn that they're going around now, turn 12 this is, just goes on forever, and staying off the gas, or rather staying on about a quarter throttle, is how you get around that. Then you're into this complex of chicane, which just annoys the hell out of me. If you hit those yellow things, you're done, by the way. Any of them, anywhere on the track. That was wobbly there. Who's that?
Rob Venn.
Yeah. Nice paint scheme today. Bit different to the blue and yellow he normally drives in.
So that's Craig Cameron trying to get his position back on Tom Stanley.
Yeah.
Turn 12 you're talking about, Pete. It feels like you should be able to get on the gas and you wait.
Yeah, and if you get on just half a second too soon, you end up in the gravel.
Exactly.
Jamie Jeffrey has got past Rob Venn and Kip Stevens there.
He has, yes. Not sure whether they were squabbling further back. Ben Cullen's making a dash for the back.
Well, when I looked, Rob Venn was challenging Kip Stevens and Ben Cullen was after Jamie Jeffrey.
Right.
And now you've got Robert Schernlieber in the mix as well, who had the little spin. So that's Roger Morton going past Scott Malcolm.
Yeah. Nice clean move. That puts Scott back of the pile at the minute. But we know that he slowly and steadily makes his way forward as the race goes on. So he's probably playing a safe game on cold tyres, to be fair.
Yeah, I was going to say he waits till toward the end of the race to make his move.
He does. One other thing that you need to know about Catalunya is you can pick up little 1Xs everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere around this track.
Half an inch off the track, you get one.
Absolutely, that, Bill. It's not very forgiving. The car that went wide, I think it was Robert Schoenleber, will definitely have picked one up, and you get some horrific slowdowns around here.
Yeah.
Just brutal.
So Kip Stevens at the moment and Ben Cullen are going backwards.
Ben Cullen can't go any further back. Well, he can. He can go into the TCR field. Kip Stevens, I don't know. He's usually quite quick, isn't he?
Yeah, that's kind of surprising.
Craig Cameron's got his mojo back. He's now into third place with a pass on Double R.
Yeah, that was nice and clean. That is the standard overtake in place, that. Get in the slipstream, pop out at the last minute, like we're going to see here as well. Ooh,
whoa, Jamie!
Whoa.
I don't think was there any contact.
Oh,
there?
It was. He's got some damage on the back from that, but we'll have a look at that again, no doubt, because our on-duty cameraman is very good at what he does. That's going to be a 1X there again for Robert Schoenleber. Here we go. Rob Venn piling into turn 1. I think this is Elf corner, and side by side runs out of room.
Yeah.
Wonder if that was somebody's shoe, but it's a mirror. Okay.
So as Pete was saying, with the incident points, the drivers have got to be careful because they get a stop-go or a drive-through, sorry, if they reach 20 incident points.
Kip was very close to crashing in the back of Jamie Jeffrey there.
He was, and he's lost a lot of ground, and now he's lost a position to Robert Schoenleber.
He was going like hell there for a minute. I don't know what happened, but...
Yeah, there's something going on with Kip. He's usually a lot faster and further forward. He is, in inverted commas, entertaining to watch driving.
Yes, he is.
So we'll see what transpires as the race goes on. He may have hooked his tyres.
Yeah, he's actually a quicker driver than people give him credit for.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
He's very similar to us. He doesn't really take the racing seriously. But I've seen him in championships that he has taken seriously and put practice in for, and he's been right up there.
Yeah, I've seen it as well. One thing that is to note, Andrew Hopley's not exactly checked out yet.
No, he hasn't, not yet, has he?
No. However, Kevin Viermont has. Kevin Viermont has a 3.5 second lead over Chris Shaw.
Yeah, I think it may have taken Chris some time to get past Powell.
Am I lying? Am I reading the screen wrong?
You are lying, yeah.
Yes, I am. It's actually 0.8 of a second. I'll shut up, yeah? Shall I just go and leave you two to it?
Let me do some shout-outs from the stream. So, good evening to Manuel Tolentino watching us. Hope you're enjoying it. Ben Cullen, who I'm sure watches the stream whilst he's driving, so that might put him off a little bit. Marco Namela is watching us. Jamie Wilson as well. Wayne Sanderson has joined us. Alan Toon as usual. Alan's turned into one of our biggest fans, and will be driving on Sunday, so that could be interesting.
Right, that'll be good.
And Ant Woodward as well. He couldn't make it tonight because he's just got back from seeing his daughter.
Hello, Evie. She might be watching. You don't know.
Yeah, shout out to Evie. Ant Woodward's coach, Evie.
Yeah. Biggest critic, biggest fan.
No doubt.
So yeah, Kevin is not really getting away. Well, he is very, very slowly. it's not nose to tail as we had last week, but oh, that was
What's going on here?
That was deep. You got it done though.
It's not going to make Double R very happy, is it?
I'm sure Double R's thinking, where the hell did that come from?
Yeah, and I'm having that back. There's a lot of lines to go through Elf and I think this is called Renault Corner.
Yes, it is. Yep.
Is it? Yeah. That's sideways, Robert.
Sure was.
Ben's going to take advantage of that. Kip Stevens at the back now. Is he going to make a last ditch charge at the end?
Well, yeah.
Do we get a pit stop? I can't remember.
Yes.
But only for fuel, isn't it?
Yeah. We haven't really seen anybody take tyres properly, have we?
No, this is a bit door-bang-tastic, this, isn't it? There's a lot going on here. For these three, particularly. Jamie Jeffries thinking, ha, I'll see you later, boys.
I think, in fairness, Robert is quicker than these guys.
Right.
But that little spin put him behind them, and now he's struggling to get past them. He gets a place, makes a mistake, loses a place.
Yep.
He was up there battling Jamie Jeffrey a little while ago. Now Jamie's pulled a bit of a gap on him, which I'm sure Robert will get back, but it's you can end up driving angry, can't you, when you make a mistake yourself?
Oh god, yeah, and the desperation to get back on terms is too much sometimes, isn't it?
Always heard you can go faster scared than you can mad. I don't know if that's true or not.
That's brilliant. Who said that? That's fine.
Bill.
Yeah, Bill said it, yeah.
I think Kip Stevens, I think he's a little bit leery of the companies in there, to be honest with you.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think he kind of, he was up in back of Robert there. He started fishtailing and stuff, and boy, he backed right off, let me tell you.
One thing I'm not surprised about because of my practice session earlier is how close these TCRs are to the back of the GT4.
They are, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
They are. I was getting tailed by, I can't remember the chap's name now, I'd love to remember it, but I can't. And I'd pull away on the straights, and he'd absolutely take the gap away in all the corners. And these guys fighting in these corners, like they are doing, Ben and Robert there, is moving them backwards towards that TCR field.
Kevin Veermont is lapping quicker than these four.
Oh, no doubt.
Oh, bit of door hanging, and Ben's gone round.
Yeah.
That was contact, but it was competitive contact. I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's anything that he can complain about there, to be honest.
This
Looks
is
like Double R's looking at Tom Stanley again.
Yeah, and he's doing it. He's sent that one good and proper, and he's deep. He's deep.
That's a tough corner to do that in.
Yeah, he's not able to stop it cleanly, is he?
Oh, here it is. Idle around here forever.
Yeah. That turn never ends.
Oh, that's a tough one. And then if you miss this corner, you go across those yellow curbs. They're like guardrails, for God's sake.
They do damage to your car.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, this is the replay.
Whoa, that's the replay, okay.
I think Ben just got up on that curb and it threw him out a little bit.
Yeah, side to side, yeah, side to side.
That curb there is like a vacuum cleaner for your car. It just pulls you into that gravel trap. It's bizarre.
And unlike most vacuum cleaners, it doesn't clean it either. Cleans you off the track. Yeah.
So this could be interesting for the TCR battle then. If these two are going to catch Stephen, Schoenlever, Jeffrey, that could be the opportunity that Chris Shaw is looking for.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be an easy pass, is it? Because they're better on some parts of the track and worse on others. So
it's going to be a to and fro when they get there because it'll slow everybody up.
I'll tell you, that Renault corner climb it's a lot steeper than it looks. I'll tell you, go up there and you don't have any camber to help you. That's a tough corner too. It doesn't look it, but it is.
Different lines going through there, massively different lines.
Yep.
And that's what I like about Barcelona, is a lot of the corners do have odd lines that you go through, And it means that you've got overtaking opportunities. What are you laughing at?
That's just your poor driving, isn't it? Because you can't keep to the racing line. You like it because you can go on any line.
Yeah. Met my own lines up. Brilliant.
Yeah, Pete, you was miles offline on that lap. No. There's loads of lines around here.
Yeah. You're on the wrong bit of track. That's different.
Yeah, wrong pit lane, Pete.
Oh, don't, honestly. Not the first track I've done that on either. Right, so these two are going to be within the same 10th, aren't they, for the entire race like last time. It was the opposite way around last time, wasn't it? And Kevin put a move on Chris. Well, that's a good move as well. That's also called doing a Bingham, isn't it?
That's a Bingham, that is the Bingham device.
It keeps people guessing, doesn't it?
Yeah, last week these two just kept swapping positions, didn't they?
Yes, but the key move was done, I think it was on the last lap, and it was just a brilliant race to watch, that one. It was absolutely fantastic. So you don't get much kick up in the TCR when they go over the sausage curbs. And the GT4, it's horrendous. You just leap up in the air like you've hit a landmine.
Like a pogo stick.
Yeah.
I hate that corner.
That Renault corner is a tough corner. It doesn't look it, but it is.
This one's the Repsol. This one here.
Yep. And most corners on this track seem to be 180 degrees, almost 180 degrees, which makes it really tough.
Well, that Repsol one is, I think it's the same angle as Parabolica or Diabolica.
Oh, is it? Wow.
Yeah, I think it's the same
Scott
radius.
Malcolm has pitted already.
He did this last time.
He
was an early pit.
Mr. Undercut, maybe?
Maybe. I mean, that's lap 8. Or is that lap 7 for him?
That was lap 7 for him.
Yeah.
It seems really early, doesn't it? Oh.
It does, but he did this last time and he finished really high up. Didn't he get podium or something?
Yeah, well, Carl Hardy told me earlier that he was going to be pitting early.
Right. Apparently not. Just saying. Ben Cullen's now been swallowed completely by the TCR field.
Yeah, as Rob Venn, yeah. And Robert Schönleber is struggling to get past Jamie Jeffrey here.
Yeah, he was struggling to catch him because of all the irritating Porsches that were around him recently. Yeah,
but he's getting that from behind, from Kip Stevens.
Yeah.
Kip doesn't seem to have
there you go. You can see the TCRs in the background.
Yep, they're not that far away. This could be on yet. Oh, where are you going, Jamie?
Wow.
And Robert. Oh, don't hit those curbs. Whoa.
That's so easily done, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Oh, yeah, suspension. Go on.
No. I think what Clyde's meaning is you are driving
following
in your mirrors.
Somebody off, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah,
driving in your mirrors, and then the car behind says, well, if you're braking there, so will I. And then you both go off.
Jamie's
Kip's gotten by Robert.
Yeah, he has.
Looking at the back of Jamie Jeffrey's car.
This is fast.
Did that BMW eat its front tyres going off wide there?
I think it will have done, yeah. This is the fascinating thing about this league. We're watching 8th, 9th and 10th battling it out. There are another 7 cars somewhere up the track in higher positions, and we're not watching them, we're watching this.
Kip takes some interesting lines I've been watching. Definitely not early Apexer, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's taking my lines, Bill.
Is he? Oh, okay.
The karting lines.
Yeah.
You know, the worst part about it, Pete, is you and I have a colleague that if you do something like you don't want anybody else to know and he gets it, you live with it forever, you know?
Oh, it's public knowledge instantly, isn't it? It's like telling all your secrets to the local Gazette.
No.
Soon the entire community knows about it because Clyde's like a foghorn.
They're all in my book.
I'm sure.
Oh, that was an outside move, that.
Yeah, that was Stuart Dick on Double R.
And Double R's gone down another spot to those
He seems to be...
Okay, Kevin Vermont is in.
Wow.
That's not
Yeah,
something we usually
Oh, look
see.
at this. Kip Stevens
Oh,
and
door
Jamie
banging.
Jeffrey.
Oh, door banging. Lots of door banging.
Oh,
Oh,
come
dear.
on. Come on.
And Robert's having to get involved now. I thought I was going to say he's having to avoid all that, but he hasn't done. So where did that begin? I'd like to see that from the last
I
turn.
would,
off the straight.
yeah, I would like to see that
That
from the
looks like
start.
a little track rage there.
It did, but I don't know by who. Here we go. So something's not happened yet, or maybe it happened further back. I'd like to see it from the last corner. Not sure what's going on there.
Okay, well, to me, that looked like Kip gave Jamie a bang, and then Jamie gave Kip a bang. What? Look, Kip's coming across.
Yeah.
Now he's straight. Now he's coming across.
Kind of crowding him a little bit.
And then Jamie has a nudge back.
Oh, right, yeah. Do you think that was handbags at dawn, do you?
I think so, but I think they've just ruined each other's races.
Yeah.
Sure did.
Well, maybe the stewards will see that one. Who knows? And obviously Robert was just a bystander and an unlucky one because he ended up with some contact from that. Ooh, that's an opportunistic move. Yeah. Excuse me, coming through. And he's kept it.
Yep.
See, I was doing some practice on, which was the track last week? Road America. I was doing a race actually on Road America with Gary, and I'm convinced that they've changed the Porsche, the way that it handles and the tyre model, slightly to balance it with the BMW. So it feels a lot more, as Gary said, floaty and bouncy now.
You mean the Porsche?
The Porsche, yeah.
Floaty and bouncy, that's not good.
No. It seems to have a lot of roll on it when you're going around certain corners.
I don't know why they would adjust that car. This one seems to be a little bit faster overall. At least initially, anyway.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to end in tears.
Oh, he got a
How did they both avoid that? That was excellent, wasn't it, Bill?
Sure was.
And incidentally, hot off the press from the steward's room.
Go on.
Jamie Jeffrey will not score points in this race.
Really?
Ooh.
Jamie Jeffrey was supposed to have a pit lane start.
Really?
For contact in the previous round.
That's correct, yes. Do you think he's forgotten or just not read his messages?
Don't know.
Doesn't matter now.
Oh, and Stuart Dick is coming in the pits.
I'm just trying to work out why Kevin pitted early. Was he worried about the GT4 battle in front of him?
Well, that could be. Maybe he wanted to get away from him. That could be possible.
Yeah, because Chris hasn't followed him in. Chris is now stuck in a bit of this battle now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got past Jamie Jeffrey, who's now going to have a go back again, because obviously this is where the GT4s are better than the TCRs.
Yeah, Stuart Dick might lose out here as well, because he's going to come out behind this little exchange. Ooh, Jamie. That was very sideways.
It's so easy coming down that straightaway really quickly to go through that chicane too fast.
Yeah, Chris Shaw's either brave or not noticed that there's damage on that Porsche. I wouldn't want to be on the outside of a damaged car going round Renault Curve.
I think if I was Chris, I would be crapping myself at this moment in time.
Yes.
With a GT4 in front and a GT4 behind.
Fresh out of the pits.
Yeah.
I think you'll see him pit this lap. I think he'll
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
realise that he's in a situation where he can't move forward properly anymore.
And of course, Stuart Dick just coming out of the pits, I'm sure, would like to make hay without him in the way too.
Yeah, I think it's in Chris's best interest, definitely, to box the car this go.
So it depends on his lap times, doesn't it?
True.
Well, that's turn 12, I think. Yes, it is. Yeah.
We'll find out very shortly.
Yeah. Oh, or maybe not. That's
Hi, Andrew. You're still here, huh? Okay.
Andrew Hopley putting a lap on Kip Stevens. Looking at that.
Yeah,
Kip's obviously
well
been in.
out of the way there.
Kip's been in for damage repair by the look of his car.
Chris Shaw carried on.
Right.
Did he? Huh?
Not sure I would have done. I have to ask the question: is that damage at the front of Andrew Hopley's car on the left-hand side?
It kind of looks like it. It looks like
I
he
think
rubbed
it
it
is.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
up around the headlight. Yeah.
Yep. I think that's damage.
Yep. Side to side with something.
So where's he got that from? Because he's got 6.5 seconds over AAA now.
Got to be lapping somebody or something.
Must be, mustn't it, Bill?
Yeah.
Well, I think the only one he's lapped is Kip, and we've seen that one.
Yeah, and they were acres apart. So
Oh, that's weird.
this Craig Cameron closing in on the back of AAA. Because, of course, Craig started second, didn't he? So he's not yet achieved his starting position again.
Perhaps he's painted some damage on his car.
Can you imagine?
Just to confuse us.
To scare
Yeah.
people. Yeah. Not afraid to hit you.
Do we know a Nick Pato in the chat, Clyde?
No, I think he might be a new viewer. Welcome, Nick. So, Frank Tibosh is in. Sorry, Kevin Vemont is in clear-ish air.
Right.
We know Chris Shaw isn't.
Well, he's half a second off the back of Ben Cullen now. So Jamie Jeffrey. Where is Jamie Jeffrey?
Jamie Jeffrey's a bit further up the road.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, it wasn't him that he was joking with, though, was it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh, it was. Yeah, sorry. So that must be pit stops that have put Stuart back where.
Yeah, Stuart's been in the pits.
Yeah.
He pitted on lap 11.
Ben Cullen's in some action at the moment. Double R's obviously pitted and has just overtaken Chris Shaw and cleared the TCR field once again. Kip Stevens, of course, is in a nice shiny new car behind that little battle. So he'll have a bit of overspeed there.
So Nick says he will be doing the Spa race with us this weekend.
Oh, excellent.
Yes, I think that could be Nicholas Pacheco.
You've either got that brilliantly or you've just
Or
insulted.
absolutely shockingly. If that is the correct person, he was the second person to sign up for Spa.
All right. Excellent. We need more people like that.
Anybody watching that doesn't know, this Sunday we are doing a Spa 400-kilometre race. It's going to be just over 2 hours, 57 laps in the GT3 cars, broadcast live for your entertainment on Backfire Simsport TV.
What time has that been broadcast, Clyde?
Oh, don't put me on the spot like that. I don't know.
I like it when you don't know the answers.
6 p.m. GMT.
There you go. Sam knows.
Him out.
Good job, Sam's the boss, isn't it?
I gave him a bit of time, Pete.
Not enough, Sam, not enough. So, I think Scott Malcolm's catching Roger Morton.
Yes.
Not by much, but he is catching him.
So are we about halfway through right now?
We are just coming up. We're about a minute shy of halfway.
Okay.
And there's like it's weird. There's a total split in pit strategies between the two classes. So in TCR, everybody's pitted apart from the front two, Chris Shaw and Frank Tibosh. And in GT4s, the top 7 have not pitted. That picture of Scott Malcolm gives me nightmares. Even into David Ayres relaxing on his boat. I don't know what sort of boat that is, or perhaps he's got a little rowing boat or something.
Dinghy.
Or dinghy, yeah.
Yeah, I reckon dinghy. One of those ones with a little...
Oh! Kept it out of the wall.
Yeah, good effort. It's a score.
Didn't see how that happened, though. But let's put Jamie Jeffrey up his chuff. I think Jamie already was up his chuff, to be honest.
Yeah. I think that is getting a wiggle on coming out of turn 13, that. He's very wide around Renault. Maybe that's just the BMW line, because Scott Dick was on the same line then.
Who?
Oh, Stuart Dick. I just like making
You're doing it on purpose, Pete. Don't you?
If only I was, Sam.
Yeah, Pete wanted to make sure Clyde was paying attention.
So we're watching Christopher Cameroon.
David Ayres says he's in an inflatable canoe.
He's probably in a nicer spot than we are right now, so...
So Kip Stevens has got loads of
Whoa,
speed.
here comes somebody in.
Is that Triple A into the pits?
It is. You mustn't get a dangerous pit entry for that. Otherwise he wouldn't have done it, would he?
You might.
Or he might have just decided that late and he does get a penalty.
Oh, over that sausage curve there, Jamie.
One extra for Jamie.
So where are we on X's? So Rob Lundgren leads the way on 9.
Not seen much of Rob, actually, have we? That must be nearly all off tracks.
Andrew Hopley has got 8.
Well, we've seen him with damage, so maybe he's got picked up 4 with something, contact-wise, and then the rest will all be little off tracks. You can pick them up dead quick around here. Anybody else? Scott Malcolm's got that move. Nearly done, but the next turn is the other way, I think.
No, I've got 9 for Hopley, 9 for Lundgren.
Right.
7 for Jamie Jeffrey.
Could overtake that from Scott Malcolm.
Oh, that was excellent. Wow.
Here we are with these crazy kids again. Now that's Double R has caught Stuart now. I made sure I got his name right this time.
Might be because of the torrential stuff going on in front of him there, too.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to try, are you, really? Because
it's really...
be a race-ending experience.
Yeah, it is.
really
It's one of
risky.
them battles, isn't it, that you're looking at and thinking, I am not getting involved in that.
Oh dear. Look at it. It's like the M25.
Oh, that all
He's
nipped
going
up
for it,
then.
though. Stuart's have it. Oh,
Whoa.
yeah. There's going to be some words here.
Oh goodness. No, that wasn't very nice.
That was, yeah. Didn't like the look of that.
No, I didn't like any of it. Now, Stuart's car looks mint. What's going on here? So,
Amy kind of came off that curbing, and
I'd like to see that in car from Stewart.
I would. There we go.
Turn right.
I hope not. We didn't turn left either.
I think the jury is out on that one.
Yeah.
Gonna have to work after the race.
we have to think 12 hours on it.
So Scott Malcolm did get past Roger Morton,
Made a heck of a
as you
pass,
can
too.
see there. Jamie Jeffries in the pits. Andrew Hopley is getting one incident point nearly every lap.
That's interesting.
He's got to be going
I've just
off
seen him
somewhere.
go out from 8 to 9 to 10.
Right. There must be somewhere where he's absolutely
Yep.
right on it.
So Chris Shaw has pitted from the lead.
I've just realised how you tell these result racing cars apart. So if you get a pair of binoculars out and you focus in on that little dark area just at the back of the car, above the exhaust, it's got their name on it. Who knew that that was there?
Yeah.
I knew it. I saw Carl have one, Roger have one.
All
I'm
right.
not sure they all have a name on it.
Oh, that's elitist, isn't it? Let's find one without, just so we can abuse them a bit more. Go on, Frank. See what you got.
I think David Ayres says
Frank's
cock on the back.
Frank's not got one. Frank's not got his name on it. He doesn't know.
Yeah, they
Just borrowing
don't love Frank.
it.
So yeah, just going back to that, Chris Shaw has pitted, and he's about, what is he, 4.5 seconds behind Kevin Vimont?
Right.
Kevin Vimont's hauling the mail today. I'll tell you, he's doing a great job.
He is, yeah.
So we've still got Hopley and Cameron to pit.
Surely Frank has got to pit.
Lundgren and Schoenlieber,
Mm-hmm.
and Tibosh
Right.
is the only TCR that hasn't pitted so far.
This is Stewart. Getting very close to the edge of the track around there. Oh, hang on.
What the heck happened there?
Parking it.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
He's in the pits now. That was strange.
Obviously didn't like the feel of the car after the contact.
Maybe. Scott Malcolm is pulling away also.
And now that leaves Andrew Hopley with a 9-second lead.
Oh.
On his little picture in the bottom corner, are his hands massive or his face small?
I'm trying to think what he could have possibly hit. Because there isn't any walls close, is there? Because it's a sterile F1 circuit.
It's been tilted to death, so it's lovely and safe. Unless he's hit one of the sausage curbs and it's actually managed to achieve that, but I doubt it.
I wonder if it happened on the pace lap with Mr. Cameron running around.
I'd have seen that, though, I think.
You would think so, yeah.
Yeah. Clearly not affecting his car. And he's pitted, hasn't he?
Has he been in yet?
No, he hasn't, has he? Not yet. So yes, it could have been right at the start, Bill. And
I don't know. I'm just taking a wild guess. I don't know.
So he's got these guys to thread his way through now.
Where would he have got damage at the start?
Well, you know,
unless it was on the pace lap.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Well, Bill's already said, keep with it, will you?
Sorry, I was busy garnering us some more business, but
you don't eat the dessert until the main course is finished.
I just think because he went away at the start, didn't he?
Did, yeah.
We see that.
Who the heck knows? Clyde, does he have any more incidents so far?
Yeah, he's up to 11 now.
You know, I think it's possible he's getting them. Some corner he just went through. Let me figure out which one.
That one will have got him enough track there.
He looks awful wide.
Yeah, all four tyres off.
At that one exit of that corner there.
You would assume he's on 12 now. He was deep into the hairpin.
It's still showing 11 at the moment, but it does sometimes take a little while to catch up.
This corner's really critical too. He looks okay there. Maybe not. Well, nah, he should be okay there. And our wonderful chicane. No, he's all right there. It's hard to say where he's getting those.
Yeah, he's definitely picking something up each lap.
But like you said, you know, 1 millimeter on this track, and you get one.
Yeah, it's not very forgiving. That has to be said. It might be that. It might be the exit in the last turn.
Yep, those little the little grooves in the green paint have something to do with it. And I'm not quite sure.
Right.
So Craig Cameron has pitted from second.
Yep.
Which should put AAA back up into second spot. Kip Stevens is in the pit again.
Well, Craig Cameron and AAA were very, very close on track, weren't they, when AAA pitted? Oh, and here we go. They are still close on track. And in fact,
close.
Craig, that's not the line.
Cold tires.
Cold tires. If he took them, I think that might have been just over-enthusiastic racing.
Oh, maybe.
He might get this, though. He should be able to get on the inside here. Unless AAA does that. And defends the line. Good racing from these two.
Absolutely.
Very balanced. Which way are you going to go, Craig? You're not going to
he was going to give him a nudge then.
No. Maybe.
Look at that. He's on the right side for this turn, though. And if you go wide at this next one, you go way wide.
Yeah, you
late on the brakes from AAA. He's done that, though. That's a good line.
Wow.
That's fantastic driving.
Yeah.
It certainly was.
AAA didn't brake into that corner, and Craig Cameron did. So that suggests that AAA is more confident with his...
Yeah, but Craig's got to run.
Oh, that's late on the brakes. You're going to have to do a huge cutback here.
Yeah, that's a very difficult corner unless you're up the inside.
I'm going to stay on third and tickle the throttle around that one, which is turn 12.
Chevrolet's done great in that last lap, I'll tell you.
Yeah. And here we go again. Round for another lap, boys.
Nice aluminum roof.
Yeah, it's quite stylish, modern.
That is a long straightaway. Wow.
It is, and I expected Craig to be closer by the end of it because I thought the tow would have been great in BMW, but
Yeah.
I've not raced it, so I don't know. Ooh, Kevin.
Uh-oh. Wow.
That's Kevin overtaking Frank T. Bosch.
Frank
no
hasn't
contact.
pitted.
I knew Robert Lundgren was in this race.
Yeah, he's having a bit of a quiet one, isn't he? He's sat there in 7th place.
Yep, seventh is a really decent result round here. If that's where it stays.
Hey, he's still going.
Well, Rob's best finish was an 8th place at Watkins Glen.
Right. Ben seems very keen to get past Robert.
Yeah, he wants to have a go. Let me pass somebody. Let me pass somebody.
I think Ben's growing into the car, to be fair.
Yeah, I do too. Yep.
Yeah.
He also wants to do so well in the V8 too, and you know, he hasn't been at it hardly, you know, at all. And I told him, I said, let me tell you something. I raced that thing for 8 seasons. I still can't drive it, so don't feel so bad. Yeah, it's a tough car to master.
It is. It's a beast. Oh,
Who's
Robert
that? Oh,
Rob
that's
Schoenleber in the pit.
Schoenleber, yep.
Why has he got in the pits?
thought he'd already been in.
No,
He
no
had.
pit stop. No pit stop. This is the first one.
Oh,
Is it?
Oh, wow, okay.
so he's going to drop back to where Ben Cullen is, right? No, beyond that.
Well, this race is flying by. We've only got 15 minutes left.
Good.
Ben's nice and close. Might get a tow here.
I think he will, but Robert will also take the defensive line, which he's currently sat right on.
And the BMW has still got the grunt, hasn't it, over the Porsche?
Wow.
Definitely out of the corner, without a doubt. And the Porsche used to make it up in the turns, but I don't think that's so much the case anymore. They're both very wide going around there. Flashy lighty from Craig. Excuse me, sir. I would like that position, please. That's what that says.
Yeah, just don't let Pete and I loose in the pits with wire cutters because the flashy lights will be gone.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
I'd wire them up to small live electronic surfaces on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Okay, leader's in.
Oh,
Whoa, Robert, hang on.
I think the leader's out.
Leader's in and out.
Even his pit stop's quick.
Just thinking about the difference between the Porsche and the BMW, I wonder if it goes as far as, you know, these manufacturers that have done deals with iRacing looking at how their cars are getting on, and then Porsche saying, well, how come the BMW's that much quicker?
Whoa. Sorry.
That was a tank slapper there.
Well, a little side to side before that, too. Just a little one.
Yeah,
All it takes.
You know, if the BMW's a monster in the Porsches all the time, there's a little touch there, and yeah, I don't think.
I think if you see that from above and behind, you know, on the far chase camera, if we can do that one, please, Sam. I think there might be netcode in it. The cars didn't look close enough for touching, but here we go. Bit of far chase, here we are. So it comes round. That's a bit of an avoidance.
Yeah, netcode.
Netcode, isn't it?
Yeah,
No,
they didn't even touch.
Never really touched physically.
No, they should have been able to get closer than that. Sorry, go back to what you were saying.
Yeah, I was just wondering whether Porsche would complain to iRacing that the BMW is monstering the Porsche everywhere.
You would think that they'd have all those criteria for each car, wouldn't you? You know, top speed, I don't know, G-force across the central plane of the car, all that business that they can then model, and then it'll come out where it comes out.
I'd like to see Hopley in a Porsche.
Right.
That'd be interesting.
Just for one race.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you, if Porsche was smart enough to send Dave Kamer to their condo in Maui for a couple weeks, I bet that Porsche would get a lot faster. Only kidding, Dave, if you're listening.
He's not, Dave. His name's Bill Switzer. Ban him.
No, I agree with you, though, Clyde. It doesn't seem like they're even close to me. I mean, they don't seem equal to me, but I mean, in the hands of a good driver, you know, the Porsche maybe, but middle of the rotor guys, I don't know. I think the BMW seems to be a lot faster.
I know it's difficult with the way the cars are in real life and the modelling of the cars, but like in the V8s, you've got the Ford and the Holden, and they're basically in iRacing the same car with a different shell on it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And to me, I would love it if multi-class racing was like that. Yeah, so it didn't matter if you're in a Porsche, a BMW, or in the GT3s, you're in a Ferrari or a McLaren. You know, they just look different, but underneath.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the trouble is it's a simulator, isn't it? And people want to feel what the real car is like in that experience, and the Ferrari will drive differently to the Audi because of, I don't know, wheelbase and where the engine is situated in the vehicle and things like that. So that it's going to be a difficult thing for the sim racing service to emulate, isn't it?
There's got to be a way to do it.
Ooh, boys. Careful.
It's a great battle, this one.
Brilliant, isn't it?
I know. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, this is bringing Tom Stanley in as well.
It is. He's slowly but surely. I mean, this is stuff. This so.
What you're saying, Pete, is very true. That you got front engine cars in GT, you got mid engine cars, you got rear engine cars. So it does make it difficult to make those identical for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it must be a massive challenge for them to get it right. But I can fully appreciate what Clyde's saying, unfortunately.
Me too. Yeah, we have to agree with him on this one. Yeah.
You'd expect one of the two manufacturers to utterly spit their dummy out and say, "Well, my car's not slower than that one."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't sort it out, you're not modelling any more of my cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got just under 8 minutes to go. Currently, let's have a quick rundown of the GT4 field. So we've got Andrew Hopley currently leading by a smidgen under 14 seconds. The battle on screen at the moment. So you've got AAA in second, Craig Cameron in third, and Tom Stanley trying to draw them in fourth. Double R is in fifth, Ben Cullen sixth, Rob Lundgren seventh, Robert Schoenleber in eighth, Jamie Jeffrey ninth, Rob Venn 10th, Kip Stevens in 11th, and Stuart Dick has quit the session and he will finish 12th.
Well, Pete, I would say Craig Cameron really wants to buy AAA.
Oh, he was all over his rear bumper just then.
It sure was.
He was just trading paint with it, nearly. And the TCR field, Kevin Viamont is leading Chris Shaw by, I think that's 2 seconds, because I got this wrong before. Obviously, Chris Shaw is in second. Carl Hardy is in third. Frank T-Bosch in fourth. Scott Malcolm in fifth. And Roger Morton is bringing up the rear of the field in sixth.
It's a shame. Craig Morton. Yeah, I'm okay. Craig Cameron.
Doing a big one.
You got me doing it too.
You've been infected, mate. You've been infected.
Craig Cameron, unfortunately, at the end of that straightaway, went way too deep and lost a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's a new virus. New virus called Bingham 19.
And 20, and 21. It's going to be around for a while. Yeah. So Andrew Hopley without damage to the front left of his car now, after his pit stop and his quick repair.
Oh, they must have brushed it off, huh?
Yeah.
So Scott Malcolm has now got Frank T-Bosch in his sights.
Yes, he has, yeah.
Now, does Andrew Hopley still have the gigantic lead?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's 13.5 seconds.
Wow.
I think Scott Malcolm there lost a little bit of time to Frank T-Bosch because he was worried about the leader being behind him.
Think so? Maybe.
Yeah, but Andrew Hopley got on Vox and said, I'm not going to do anything until the straight.
Yeah.
Which is...
Frank went wide there.
Scott says, oh, goody.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Straighten him out. That a boy, Scott.
I don't think that was anything to do with Scott.
No, nor do I. He's going to give the position back anyway, just in case. But
Yeah.
I
think to me, I'd like to see it again, but I think Frank just turned in, not realising Scott was there.
Well, he did, but I think Scott straightened him out too.
Scott definitely straightened him out. You watch here. Yeah,
he did get into his quarter.
That's a racing incident to me.
Absolutely.
So I think Frank turned in, but I also don't think Scott was
turning
far enough up the side of him to claim the corner.
Well, he didn't do anything wrong. He did the right thing. Let him go.
He did.
Let him get back in front of him.
So Robert Schoenleber has caught up to Rob Lundgren.
It's been a bit of a scrappy race for some drivers, hasn't it? Robert Schoenleber, in my opinion, should have been higher up this field, but he's had a few incidents along the way.
Yeah, I can't remember where he went away for some reason, if he went on holiday or away with work or something. And I think from the message he put on Discord, he was only back today, so I don't think he's done any real practice apart from the practice session before the qualifying.
Yeah, usually he's further up around the Roman Ratto area of the field.
You know, in all due respect to it, kind of got bogged down with Jamie Jeffrey and
Ben.
Kip Stevens and who else was there? But that was kind of a cluster, you know. They were having a hard time. I don't know why, but they just seemed to not be able to get away from each other.
Mm.
So Tom Stanley is within a second. Oh, I think Craig Cameron.
Oh, yeah. AAA. Oh.
No, I was just going to say, I think Craig Cameron has got past AAA.
Oh, he's pulled up. So what happened here? Did he just drift too far wide? Or a toe on the inside? No, nothing there.
Lunge.
No, just went straight off.
Oh,
I wonder if he had a think there was a connection failure or something?
Steering wheel failure.
That's connection, hardware, or driver falling asleep.
That's whole.
That was straight off. Unreal.
Yeah, that was software failure or hardware failure. Wasn't it?
Yeah,
To
definitely.
get 58 minutes into the race and then have a failure.
Ah, it's criminal.
Fury. Yeah.
However, that has given Craig Cameron second place and moved Tom Stanley up to the third step of the podium. And I don't think he's finished yet because he's not that far behind Craig Cameron. Let's have a look. Where's the leader? So I think the leader is about to start the last lap.
And look at this. Kevin Veermont's still got not a massive gap to Chris Shaw.
Yeah, so the clock ticks over to 59 minutes. So this is the final lap.
Okay.
And it's looking like win number 8 for Andrew Hopley.
Here we go. Robert Schoenleber flicks the car out from behind Rob Lundgren, but he's on the wrong side for this corner. Unless he makes an epic cutback, which he's not managed.
That's a tough corner.
Yeah, it's brutal.
From here to the start finish straightaway, bites, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Terrible part of the track.
So Triple A is going again.
Yeah, he pulled up and then he set off again. So he was obviously resetting something.
I'm telling you, something happened to a connection of his or something.
I think nodding off is a better excuse.
Needed a wee.
See the, you can see the
Oh, that's
Wow.
sweet. Rob's out of control under brakes.
Yes. Bit of a flashing light
Wow.
from Robert Schoenleber.
I
don't
think,
think this is gonna.
I think Rob Lundgren did squeeze him there.
He did. There's a lot going on here. Big switch back there again from Robert Schoenleber. And again, going to put him offline for round here.
Hopley's not far from the line.
This is the line, isn't it?
Whichever line it is.
Not that one.
So win number 8 for Andrew Hopley. Well done.
Congratulations, Andrew.
Yeah, well done.
Kevin Veermont sets off after Jamie Jeffrey. And this is still going. This is for 7th place. Good line from Robert Schoenleber. He's going to have a lot of speed coming down here.
Boy, I'll tell you.
Isn't he? Yeah.
But he's going to the side that you wouldn't favour.
He had to because Lundgren was defending.
Trying to do an over-under.
Is he? He's on the...
Almost.
Oh, no, he couldn't get drive. Couldn't get drive. I think that's your last real opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, barring a mistake.
Ooh. Everything tightened and leaned forward. Oh,
No, he's pushing hard now.
that sausage curb.
I was going to say Andrew Hopley's crashed.
No, he's just doing donuts. It's a fail. So Kevin Veermont into the last chicane here. Will hopefully give us a flash once he crosses the line. Last corner. There we go. A win
Well
for
done.
Kevin Veermont. Chris Shaw not far behind.
That's a good pairing, those two guys, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to tighten up that championship again.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Carl Hardy, but he's a lap down. That's a very wrecked looking Andrew Hopley now.
He crashed into the wall, that's why.
Yeah.
He did, he
It's to
pushed it
practice
into
the
wall.
donuts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is everybody has finished.
So do you want to run through the GT4s, Clyde?
Yeah, let's just wait for the
Have we not had them all yet?
official. Sure, Sam will give us a shout once he's got them.
It's on.
Okay, so in your GT4 class, Andrew Hopley comes away with win number 8. Craig Cameron finishes on the second step of the podium, and Tom Stanley on the third step. Double R, Romain Ratu finishes 4th. Abdul Al Amri will try and find out what happened to him, but he actually came across the line in 5th. Ben Cullen did well in 6th, Rob Lundgren in 7th, Robert Schoenleber in 8th, Jamie Jeffrey 9th, although Jamie will have his points removed. Rob Venn finished 10th, Kip Stevens in 11th, and Stuart Dick finished early, but will claim the points for 12th place.
Okay, and I'll wait tentatively for the TCR field to appear on the screen. Ah, there we go. So, Kevin Viermont claims the honours for TCR, finishing in front of Chris Shaw in 2nd, Carl Hardy in 3rd, Frank T-Bosch in 4th, Scott Malcolm in 5th, and Roger Morton in 6th.
Excellent. Well, we have.
This is yours.
Sorry, I was just watching the stream there. I think it was Kevin Viermont doing something strange. Anyway, so we have got 5th place in TCRs. Scott Malcolm, welcome to the booth.
Hey guys.
Scott, I'm going to say this, and I don't mean it horribly, but you didn't seem to have your normal pace tonight.
You're correct. Wasn't a very good track for me.
We see you, you know, obviously we're used to you not doing well in qualifying and then sort of, you know, slowly coming up through the field, picking cars off one at a time. And you wasn't doing that at the start. And then suddenly you started to, it looked like you got it all together. And I kept an eye on the leaderboard, expecting you to move up a bit further, but then you sort of stalled out. So was that all just the track? Is the track just rubbish for you, or was it a lack of practice?
All three. Lack of practice. I bought this track when it first came out, had a shot of it, didn't really like it, and then had like a couple of shots of it a couple of nights ago just to try and get a feel for it. Couldn't get the groove on it. The only way I made up positions was Roger's tyres went, and I was catching Frank because his tyres are good. That's the only reason I was catching people. Wasn't doing the pace, so
Yeah, I thought you was going to get Frank in the end, but obviously he just managed to hold you off.
I should have got him. But you all see what happened, so you all entitled to your own opinions.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask every driver that we interview this tonight. One of my favourite tracks next week, Belle Isle. It's either absolutely fantastic or absolute carnage. Are you looking forward to that one?
It'll be fantastic. All you need to do is just get bubble wrap, put them in the cars, and they'll just bounce off the walls. Easy, no problem at all.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, listen, Scott, you can't win them all. You've had an off week, but I'm sure you'll bounce back next week. Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Just the usual suspects. You guys for putting the time and effort for having this championship. The result guys for putting up the the practice sessions and let me join in. And Carol, it'll work next week.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. And just one final question. Why haven't you signed up for our Spa race on Sunday?
Don't know yet. Don't know why. Still thinking about it.
No, you was one of the names I expected to sign up because I know you're sort of up for driving anything. So, and you don't take your racing too seriously, which is what the Sunday race is all about. But hopefully you'll sign up, and hopefully we'll see you on Sunday. If not, we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us, Scott Malcolm.
No problem, Clyde.
Nearly flushed myself then.
Well, you did me last time out, if you remember. It's rude. It's rude.
Right, I am going to get Ben Cullen in for you, Pete, because we've not spoken to Ben before.
No. Ben Cullen, welcome to the booth. Please don't swear. You're live on the Backfire Simsport TV broadcast. How are you doing after that race?
I've cracked the fan up a few notches, but other than that, I'm all right.
Are you a little bit Betty Swallows, are you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Right, okay. So you had a very eventful race. You were racing with Robert Schoenleber and Kip Stevens and Jamie Jeffrey for about half the race, to be honest. Trading paint, trading probably insults, positions, definitely. How did
you cracked my fan up?
Did you enjoy it? And do you think that where you finished, which I think was 6th, is a fair reflection of how you did?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the top guys, they're there and always abouts there. I was paying attention to the laps. I don't know what went on. It wasn't with AAA because I know he crashed, but whoever finished in front of him, I was second and a second and a half lap faster than him for the last 5-6 laps. But there was 20-second gap. I was never going to catch him. But I mean, if I hadn't had that spin, then it would have been interesting for 5th.
It would have been, yeah. And Clyde made a point that you look to be growing into the car, as it were. You're getting more comfortable and more familiar with it, and understanding its braking points. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, it's fair. It's a car that's not used often in the arsenal of cars that I have. But yeah, I think with the GT4s, it's all about braking points. And obviously, they're not exactly the most powerful of cars, especially when you're racing against the BMWs. So you've got to kind of be smoother and keep as much corner speed as you can, especially in somewhere like Barcelona.
I think he's only getting better because of the paints.
Are you making like aerodynamic paint now or something? What's that about? What's that? How can you even claim that? That's ridiculous. So Catalunya, a track that you like or liked? Are you never going to see it again, or is it somewhere you'd race at again?
A track that I like, apart from the last sector.
Yeah, I think that's a universally accepted opinion.
I think the first sector and the second sector flow really well, and then the third sector can be extremely frustrating.
Yeah. And then next week we're going to be at Belle Isle, which is either sheer brilliance or an utter crash fest. What's your opinion on Belle Isle?
Yeah, that's obviously there's no runoff room. So if you misjudge a corner, then you're not going to go into the grass or tarmac or gravel. You're going to hit a wall. And it's going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah, I had a V8 race there once that lasted for around about 6.5 minutes.
About 6 minutes, 20 seconds longer than me. But
yeah, I didn't win, funnily enough. So are you racing the GT3 race at the weekend on Sunday?
Yeah, I thought I'd give it a while.
Excellent stuff.
I've got a nice paint scheme that I have to run.
Okay.
My manager's told me so.
Right. Is it white?
I think so. I think there's a theme.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, great result, Ben. 6th position. And we'll see you next time. Is there anyone you'd like to thank before you go?
First chance to say thanks to you guys for putting this on. it's nice to see that you're all there and all on time and punctual, so that's good. And I look forward to the next one.
Brilliant. See you next time, Ben.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was Ben Cullen, 6th place in GT4s. I'm going to bring Kevin Veermont in now, our winner of TCRs, and I'm going to give him to you, Pete, because I want to bring Carl Hardy in next, and I want to rib him.
Okay. Bonsoir, Kevin Veermont. How are you doing with after your race victory? Have you only just unmuted him?
No, he's gone for a poo.
He's gone for a poo. How are you doing, Kevin?
Hi.
How was that race for you?
It's a very good race. I'm happy for the win and for the championship.
Yeah, it's tight at the top there, isn't it? You've not got much over Chris Shaw, so this will definitely have helped pull you a little bit of a gap at least. It was very close again, wasn't it? You pitted so early. What was the reason for that?
I pit in the very fast because I'm not very very good on the first stint, and I have a setup for clean air, and Chris passed me. The car are not good and on dirty air.
Right, and you were catching up with the GT4s at one point as well, weren't you?
And yes, the battle for the GT4 behind me, it's very very hard. I prefer manage my race and pit very fast.
Yeah, well, it clearly worked for you. You strode out and got yourself a lead, and then took it home to victory. Is Barcelona Catalunya a track that you like, or is it just one that you've ticked off and you'd rather not go there again?
On my career to iRacing, Barcelona is a good track for me because at a race I have the good result, and I have a chance.
No, that's brilliant. And next time out, it's going to be Belle Isle. Have you raced at Belle Isle before?
For the rest of championship, I don't know Belle Isle and Virginia.
Right, okay. If you don't know them, then I suggest you practice Belle Isle because it's a little bit unforgiving.
Yeah.
When you go off track, it hurts a lot. Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Yes, I would like to thank my team, my Casper, my partner, and my teammate Romain Rato.
Brilliant, and we'll see you next time out. Kevin Veermont, our TCR winner. Thank you very much.
Thank you. See you next week.
Okay, so next we are going to get in our third step of the podium finisher in TCR, the man known as the lunchbox stealer, Mr. Carl Hardy. Good evening and welcome to the booth.
Hello, guys. You all right?
Yeah. You had a bit of a quiet race, mate. You didn't have the pace on the front two, and then sort of Frank, Scott, and Roger didn't really have the pace to really put any pressure on you. So it couldn't have been very exciting for you.
I stayed awake.
Yeah, which is more than Triple A
Yeah.
did. He fell asleep.
It was a bonus to stay awake. But no, it was all right. The track's awesome, and I'm there at the weekend doing the 12-hour, so it's all a bit of practice for the track, isn't it? But no, yeah, it was all right. Them two in front are just incredible. They're just super quick.
They're in a different league at the moment, aren't they? And they're swapping the lead in the championship every week, so it's fascinating to watch. But is there anything you can do to get on pace with them? Is it a case of more practice, or a change of driving style, or is it just that they are going to stay that far ahead of you?
It's better. Full stop. There's no way. I mean, more practice. I think I practice enough as it is, but they're just quicker. They're better. They're I don't know. Maybe just add weight to their cars as a favour. Maybe I should.
You need to lose some.
I was just about to say eat less flies. I don't know. It's just mentally quick. I saw their times. I thought I was quick last night in the officials, and then I saw their times tonight. Jesus, 57 is just incredible.
Yeah, to be fair, it's always nice to hear a driver admit, look, these guys are just better than me. There's not a lot I can do about it at the moment. But next week is the nightmare that is Belle Isle. Have you done much around that track?
Done a lot in the MX-5, and what did I do? Was I in the TCR? I think I've done one race in the TCR in a different league, but we won't mention that league because it's rubbish, and yours is the best. So we'll go with that. But yeah, I'm in love with the concrete walls, so you'll probably see me parked in one of them, depending on which one attracts me on the night.
Yeah, it's
a great track.
Yeah, I must admit, I love it. I can't drive it, but I do love it. And we've done a couple of V8 races there, and they're either absolutely brilliant races or just total carnage wreck fests. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what we get next week. And I know you've admitted that Kevin and Chris are that much quicker than you, but it's so easy to make a mistake around there. If you can keep it out of the walls and they can't, you may get your first win on the board.
Well, you never know, do you, with that track, like you say. But yeah, we're just there's no real drafting on that track either, so it's just see if I can stay with them. That's all I've got to do, really.
Well,
maybe give them a tap into a concrete wall.
Yeah. Just let us know when you're going to do it. We'll make sure the cameras are not on you. Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us in the booth, Carl. It's nice to talk to you. Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Just all the drivers. They're an awesome bunch. You guys, Result lads, turning up, supporting Result Clothing. Grand job all round. And that freak of Andrew Hopley. How he does it, I do not know.
Yeah, he's another one in a different class. But yeah, less said about that, the better.
Well done.
Yeah, well, thanks, Carl. Like I say, nice to speak to you, and I'm sure I'll get some messages off you anyway.
It's quite at work, no Dave, so it's nice and peaceful.
All right, well, we'll see you at Belle Isle, mate. Take care.
Yeah, take care, dude. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So that was Carl Hardy. So last but not least, we will bring in Double R.
Back.
Oh, yeah, God. What are you doing, Clyde?
Can you speak with a funny accent for us?
Yeah. Bonsoir, Carl.
Sorry.
I'm bored of you. Let me go.
Right, let's try that again, shall we? So last but not least, we shall bring in Double R, Romain Ratu. Good evening.
Hi, guys.
I think Pete's supposed to be doing this interview, but I've started, so I'll finish.
You cocked it up before it began.
I did, didn't I? Yeah. So, Romain, 4th place. I don't know whether you see it, but Abdul had some sort of technical failure, which obviously gifted you a place. But apart from that, we see you in quite a few battles around Barcelona.
Yeah, I saw AAA on on the track, and I know he have a problem, so I don't know what is the problem, but I rest in my race, and I do a good race, so I have so much problem with my rhythm. So it's a good race and a good place to finish fourth. So it's good.
Is Barcelona a track that you've not got a lot of experience on, or is it just one of those tracks, like you said there, that you just struggle to find a rhythm?
I know Barcelona. I practice this track a lot, so it's not an excuse. So, but I don't like really the track, and I don't know. I don't understand all the technique with the GT4 particularly. So it's quite difficult at the end of the race, but it's a good race. I have a chance with the problem with Abdul and the crash of Stewart, who crashed front of me with with a Porsche. So I have a little chance. I take them and I finish fourth. So
Yeah, so you must be happy with that fourth place. Just looking forward to next week, and we're at Belle Isle now. Is that a track that you've done many laps at?
sorry for pronunciation, but Détroit Belle-Île, I don't do a lot of lap in this track, but I know this, and I try to have lot of lap before the next week, and have a good race for next week in Détroit Belle-Île.
Yeah, it's certainly a track that if you don't take some time to practice, it can come back and bite you on the bum, because it's, with the street circuits, it's walls everywhere. It's not easy to overtake. So I think qualifying is going to be very important next week. Well, Romain, thanks for joining us in the booth. Before we let you go, is there anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I would like to thank my team, my partner Nuage et Kinos Pro, and I would like to thank you for the championship, and I hope we have another podium for the end of the season, and see you next week, guys.
I'm sure you will. So thanks for joining us again, Romain Ratu.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Okay, guys, so that is all the interviews done. We've just had a message on Discord from Andrew Hopley. The damage on the front of his car came from clobbering the curb at the last chicane. So,
Yeah, I can believe that.
And all the off tracks he was getting were turn one and exiting the long right before the hairpin. So, just a bit of an explanation there. And he's also just put, and yes, I have massive hands.
He also said, you know what they say?
Yeah,
they
I
say,
missed that bit. Yeah.
If you got big hands, then you got big gloves, mate. That's all
Exactly.
they say.
Exactly. So, personally, I'm glad Barcelona's out of the way. I've yet to see a decent race at Barcelona. That was decent in its own way. We've seen Andrew Hopley win 8 of 9 races tonight. We see AAA with his some sort of issue. It'd be nice to find out what actually happened to him. And then into the TCRs, the Vermont Shore battle is just going all the way. Just so that all the drivers know that watch the broadcast back, the scores won't be updated till late tomorrow, because we've got a little bit of maintenance to do on our scoring system. So as soon as I get those results uploaded, I will stick a post on Discord and let you know, so you can go and have a look what it's done to the championship. So yeah, and we also had, I'm going to give a shout out to Ben Cullen with his best finish so far. And a sort of, I don't know if commiserations is the right word, but, Scott Malcolm just not getting into the flow of Barcelona and not doing what he normally does, Pete.
No, it's a bit different, isn't it, really? I'm just waiting for Belle Isle because I think it'll be a brilliant race. It'll be hilarious with the GT4s. I think the TCRs are going to have to leave a massive gap in front of them. Otherwise, they'll just gather up in the carnage, I think. I think it'll be brilliant.
Yeah, Belle Isle, I just love that place. I've had some wicked races round there and some absolutely dire races round there. But
yeah.
Bill,
what's the second half of the lap like?
I couldn't tell you. Bill, you've raced at Belle Isle with us.
Thanks for reminding me.
It should be an absolutely fantastic race. And I suppose we're going to have to get ready with the old yellow flag button just in case there's a big crash and the track gets blocked.
Yeah, it certainly will be interesting. Those kind of courses are my nemesis. I have a heck of a time on those kind of places, but it's going to be great for these guys. And I'll tell you, our little band of warriors, even though we didn't have many tonight, had a lot of good battles out there. A couple little fender benders that were a little bit hot under the collar, but we've all been there. We know. So it's, one of those things. But, I don't think we're going to be able to stop Andrew Hopley. But other than him, that TCR battle is just amazing. I mean, it's just brilliant. Those two guys up front, terrific. And Scott Malcolm's a hell of a man to admit that he had a rough night. I mean, a lot of people don't want to admit that, but he said so. And hats off to him for that. But there were a lot of good in battles. And as I said, I've found a new respect for Barcelona. It's a demanding track, and I saw a lot of people that drive better than me making the same mistakes I have at that place, and it shows you that you can get caught out. And I'm with Pete on on that last part of that track. It's stupid, and it just ruins the whole place. But aside from that, it was a great night. Hopefully, we get bigger crowds from now on. But even so, it was a good night. So I'm glad I was here.
Yeah, most definitely. And Sam, any final words from you?
Looking forward to next week. gonna be a good one, I think, at Belle Isle.
Okay, that was Sam, a man of many words.
As always.
So we are back on Sunday evening with our special Spa 400-kilometer race. Please tune in and join us for that one. And if you haven't signed up for it yet, why not? After that, we will be back next Wednesday with this much anticipated GT4 TCR race from the wicked Belle Isle. And if any cars finish that race without any damage, I will be absolutely amazed. So I've been Clyde Whiting. I will say good night to you all. Thanks to the drivers. Thanks to the viewers. Thanks to Pete, Bill and Sam for joining me tonight. I'll let the guys say good night to you and we'll close the broadcast. So good night all.
Good night, everybody. See you at Belle Isle.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us. And like Pete said, we'll see you at Belle Isle.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.